Good evening and welcome. Tonight's big night. This will be the first time I've taken on Motor solo. Motor being the fourth boss of five. So it's kind of a, I don't want to say it's a big deal, but the only time I've ever taken Motor down is with a group of friends. And so I'm a little nervous about doing this solo, but I think I'll be okay. This character's got some good gear, and I am using mods, just full disclosure. Um, so that does change the odds just a little bit. So, this is my base in the mountains. It's a work in progress. I've spent, I don't know how many hours on it, but not an ungodly number until I started working on the second floor. But really just a fun undertaking here, getting this base going. And I got my little resting location here. Not all my stuff, obviously, and you get some rugs, and I want to get the new maypole put up in here, but I just haven't had the time to gather the materials for most of those yet. But yeah, like I said, work in progress, and looking forward to seeing how it comes along. And again, tonight's performance is being brought to you by Gentleman Jack. I wish it was being brought to you by them, but no, that's just what I'm drinking. All right. I do have all of the eggs. I've got 2 of them placed and ready to go. Just going to make a little trip over here. Do I have? I've got my 3rd egg ready to go. And I've got about 400 arrows. I'm hoping that's enough. If not, we'll have to try again. But yeah, cross your fingers, that's all I'm gonna need. You know what? Yeah, let's go back and make some more. Why not? We have a couple minutes before everyone moseys on in. But yeah, I've been away for a while. I apologize. I've had some health issues that have kept me from logging in for the last week and a half or so. So glad to be back. Glad to be in fighting shape, so to speak. So yeah, we'll make another stack of needle arrows. These are the good ones. There we go. So basically 5 stacks. I think that should be enough. I hope I'm not wrong. Yep, got myself the maypole here in my home base. This is in the dark forest, the black forest next to the swamps. This is back when I was making that transition from the black forest to the swamps. Now I'm moving on. I'm going to move on from the mountains to the plains. So yeah, of course, now would be a good time for me to build a whole new base in the mountains, right? But once I've got Motor's tears and I can begin processing some barley, I can also do the spinning wheel, I guess it is, where you can process the flax. That will take me into the next level. Okay, it's a little foggy right now, so we're gonna hold off going out there. Plus, yeah, it's mid-afternoon. I do want to go over my gear real fast because for fights like this and for a game like this, definitely gear matters. My primary weapon actually is my mace. Now I'm using mods. This one being Epic Loot, and it's actually a pretty widely used mod for those who use mods. Not everyone does. But got a good roll. It's legendary with 4 abilities there: move speed, attack stamina use, slash damage, and stagger duration. These are all ways of boosting the damage output, either by allowing me to attack with less stamina or allowing me to move more quickly, whatever. My axe is a little bit, yeah, I like the axe. It just doesn't quite do the same as the hoof. The hoof, it's a mace. But Sleipnir's hoof. And then legendary iron axe. This one got a name. This one did not. I don't know why. Anyway, this one's got some good numbers on it, including some extra poison damage, which is definitely a plus. And the slow, the 75% slow, believe it or not, pretty handy. You get into a bit of a fix there, and you get one good swing in with the axe, and then quick switch to this weapon here so you can run away real fast. Definitely helps. My bow is the legendary Draugr Fang. That's the one that really is the top-notch bow, at least at this point in the game. And I got some pretty good numbers on there. I got some bonus damage through blunt, but also attack speed bonus. My bow skill has been elevated by 18, which is a lot. And it's got explosive shot, which is an extra fire-based, I believe, damage over time. Hey, how's it going, Air Prince? 6 months strong, baby. That's a fact. Welcome back. Good to see you again, my friend. All right. Then I've got my shield here. It's a good one. That 50 health is pretty darn handy. So if you look at the difference here, right now I don't have anything equipped. I'll equip my mace, and you'll see my health start to creep up a little bit there. But yeah, I've got the block stamina use and blocking skill, both big improvements there, and a better chance to parry. So when you're blocking something, you want to get that parry, which basically staggers your opponent, gives you a chance to go in and get another attack. Big time helpful, for sure. And the rest of these are just utility. I do have Megan Yord, the belt that you can buy, and that gives you the 150 weight. This is something that's available to everyone. It's not a mod, it's just in-game. But the rest of my gear here is definitely all modded. Holy cow! 5 more subs. Oh, Silver's going to be so happy. And so is, Rachel's going to be very excited too. Little Tiger, Dusty Blade, and Brat. Great. That Tiger, Dusty, and Brat definitely were members of the group that, yeah, definitely. Same to you, my man. They are ones who came over with the raid from BHTV Live. So, yeah, thank you so much, man. That means a lot to me. It really does. It's good to know you're here. It makes a big difference for me. Getting all of the tier subscriptions, all the notifications. All right, on screen now you can see the legendary Drake helmet. Oh, you're the man, dude. And they're still coming. 5 plus yourself, so 6 subscriptions tonight, man. Well done. All right, the helm is pretty nice. It's got quick learner plus 15%, so I'll be learning my skills that much more quickly. Health regen, really important skill because I tend to get hit a lot. And glowing, and in a way, this has taken the same place as my headlamp used to, reside. So it's a good switch. The glowing isn't as bright. It's just kind of a pool of light around you. So every little bit helps there. And stamina regen. So health regen, stamina regen are absolutely vital for prolonged fights. I'm in the midst right now of taking on goblins, furlings, multiple of them at a time. And so I need to be able to regenerate my health when I get hit and regenerate my stamina as I'm creating that distance so that I can use my bow against them. The legendary wolf armor chest, stamina plus 45. Boom. Carry weight plus 45. Another huge plus. Now the big one, this is going to seem kind of weird, thorns, plus 19%. Now, the way thorns works is we come over here to look at the magic effects, and we'll scroll down here to thorns. All the way down here, reflect X% of damage back to the attacker. All right, so kind of nice. Well, when you get hit by a Death Squeedo, yes, that's their name, the Death Squeedo, in the plains, they do so much damage to you that the thorns kills them. So you don't have to attack them. If you have enough health and armor, let them hit you. And that's what I've been doing. I haven't died, and I'm getting just tons and tons of free needles from it. But yeah, now you can see my health regenerated. I'm up to 75 here with no buffs, no food. So that's a big plus. All right, legendary wolf legs. Health regen, another big plus. Comfort, carry weight again. I can carry so much stuff now because of this extra little bit from each of these pieces. Armor, big plus, and jump stamina. Yeah, my base, you're going to see how high up my base is right now. I found the highest mountain on this map and built at the very top. So getting to and from my base, I ended up having to do a lot of jumping. All right, and then my wolf cape. Stamina regen, again. Glowing, again. Blunt damage reduction, not a big fan of that, but the health regen of 3.5 hit points per tick, again, really, really does help. All right. I think we're about ready to go get into position. Still kind of snowy, which is unfortunate because you can't really see how high up I really am here. You know what? Let me go up to the rooftop. I'm hoping it's going to clear up here sometime soon so I can show off the view because it's absolutely gorgeous. So off to the north, below those clouds that you see off in the distance is the plains. And it's a narrow strip of land, and past that is the ocean. It's just there's too much atmosphere right now between us and the next layer of visuals. So hopefully before the end of the evening, when I come back up here, we'll get a chance to take a look over the edge and see that, wow, he really is high. Sorry. And you can see right there in the middle of your screen, that's actually where I found one of the eggs. Another curious place. I used a lot of stone to make this place, so I had to dig out. And you can see there's an egg right there. I uncovered that. That was in a boulder, inside. So it spawned after the world had been created, and the random spawn place put it inside a boulder. So when I was gathering stone for my build, boom, another egg. So it's ready to be harvested and used to summon if I need to. Hopefully, I will only need to do this once. All right, 4:33 p.m. Can we get this fight in before nightfall? I think we should try, mainly because we've got good weather. And the weather in the mountains, when it turns, it really does turn. So we're going to take the shortcut here. I spent hours working on the staircase. You can see a lot of work went into that. And I'm just going to bypass it just to get where we need to go here. All right. Get some food in my belly. So the only time I've fought motor before tonight was with some friends of mine, and there were 4 of us at the time, and it was a fun fight. Now I know that they scale up the dragon for group fights, but how much is the question? So you can see I've already got my 2 eggs in there. I'll let my health regenerate a bit more. Get ready to place the 4th egg. Well, let's get the bow active. So this is going to be a challenge because the dragon flies a lot, but when she lands, or he lands, when it lands, you have to get to the dragon in time to do some melee attacks. I'm not a big fan of melee attacks myself. I may end up just sticking with the bow. We shall see. Okay, looks like my health is capped up. Let's rock. All right. Hang on to your butts. Where is she going to spawn? All the way up there. Oh. Motor is enraged. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot a resist cold potion. I've got some just for this occasion. That's what they're for. Because yeah, the frost damage can be pretty substantial. And this is not a good spot. All right. So the good news is she can't hit me when she's on the ground. I'm going to call her a she just because. Should have activated that at the beginning. So yeah, this is what you do when you plan ahead, right? No frost resist potions, and did not activate Eikthyr. So I know you can do more damage when you're in melee, but so can she. Right now she isn't doing squat to me, and I've taken her down to, you know, 2/3 health. And luckily she landed in a spot that worked. Ooh. Oh, hello. I wonder if I need to be at greater range to avoid that attack. So yeah, the first time I fought this beast was with a group, and they had done it before. I had not, and it was a little overwhelming trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be and all of that. So it was kind of a confused mess on my part. But not like this time, right? Seriously? Okay. It's actually going all right. I don't want to get cocky, but ooh. This rock is going to collapse out from under me. That would be bad. Oh yeah. Toad's got this. Ah, run away! So activating Eikthyr, who is the name of the first boss, gives you a stamina boost, a stamina regeneration boost. And that's a big thing right here, because you can see at the bottom of the screen there, my stamina gets used relatively quickly. Because using a bow is a drag. Alright, I'm going to go in for some melee here, see how this works. Maybe that was a mistake. The only problem with maces is stamina uses is even higher. And if you want to block, good luck. Ah, got a wolf there too. Alright, let's make some space here. Oh, werewolf coming too. Nice. Oh. Woo! Owie. That's right. I said owie. Just melting the rock around me. Yeah, one of the things I wanted to do is build my home base far enough away that when Motor comes after me, she doesn't actually damage my base. Alright, Motor is down. Woo! Now if I can just avoid dying to the werewolf. Alright. Okay. Now, the hard part is I have to find what are called Motor's tears. And luckily she didn't die on the hillside. And I got a trophy. Nice. That would be nice to mount on the castle wall, right? Lots of rock here, because I need a lot of rock. All right. Mission accomplished. Now, the dragon tears here are incredibly useful because they will allow me to make some items that are kind of a necessity to, advance. I want to get to a point. Oh, hello. I want to get to a point where I can craft some next level armor. The stuff I have is good, and it was obviously good enough to help me in this fight. But there's a whole nother level above that, and I'm looking forward to exploring what can be developed. Look at that castle. Oh, I know it's a big box, whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out ways of sprucing that up a bit. Obviously some windows, and maybe I can do a balcony or something up there. I think that'd be nice. There we go. Big boss down. Now, with the tears, I can craft, a windmill. That's a couple things. It opens up the artisan table, which is in turn used to craft the windmill, excuse me, and the spinning wheel. So, yeah, that was a big step right there. The only problem is I can only use those items in the plains. The windmill is used to grind up the barley that you get in the plains. It can only be used there. So I have to have a base, and it needs to be semi-defensible. So I'm going to store some stuff here because I don't want to lose it. But look at all this. My inventory was empty when the night began, except for the arrows. I only used 79 arrows for that. Nice. All right. Got some items here. None of these are overwhelming. So we'll end up tearing those down at some point. Because one of the things you can do with this add-on is you can, uh, you know, recycle old gear, which is a big plus. You know, you end up getting a lot of gear, and you're like, what am I going to do with it all? Oh, you recycle it and use the the stuff you get, either the magic essence of it or the actual construction items. Ooh, can we see yet? No, still can't see very well. Yeah, maybe in the morning. Well, it is almost morning. Let's go back up top here. We'll watch the sunrise together. How romantic. Up above there in the upper atmosphere, you see the world tree, which is a part of Viking mythology. There's the sun. Aww, look at that. Ray tracing at its finest. Yeah, they've done some really nice work with this game. And it's only in early access, which means it's you can purchase it for 20 bucks, and it's obviously a very, very playable game. I've been playing this for a lot of hours. I don't want to tell you how many because it's really embarrassing, but a lot. But yeah, you can't really see too clearly down there, but you can see the water. And once maybe the sun gets higher up overhead, we can see better. But the view really is nice. And you know, this whole game began basically, you know, not literally, but kind of like Microsoft in that, you know, a few guys got together and they thought, hey, let's make a game that we would want to play. I know a lot of stories start this way, but in this regard, you know, these five folks, they stuck with it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how much it grows, especially once it gets out of early access. Yeah, it's going to be great. But, all right, there's the sunrise. We're going to take a quick trip down to the plains so you can see what the different biomes are. So a biome is basically a, you know, biological atmosphere. It's a different vegetation, different weather, different everything. And in this case, I've been okay. It's been a weird 10 days or so. But yeah, I guess it's probably time for me to describe why I've been away for the last, well, however long it's been. Before I do, I want to show you the cliff face. So yeah, I could slide basically all the way down, and I built all the way up there. So yeah, we're just gonna slide down. Yeah, so you know, many of you know the fact that I am a two-time cancer survivor, and very different cancers, different locations. One head and neck, the other one in well, colon cancer. Survived in both, I think, unless I'm in the Matrix. And oh, wolfies, come here. Wow. And on the other side of the pillar right over there is a, yep, stone golem. I really don't want to have to fight him, so we're going to stay over here. Oh, too late. He woke up. Man, when it rains, it pours, right? Well, the thing about cancer is it really wrecks you, right? It tears your body down. But sometimes the treatment can be almost as bad. And we are currently in a pretty barbaric age, honestly. An age where we are using radiation and chemicals, chemotherapy, poison to treat cancer. And the head and neck cancer I had was in 3 different locations. Here, watch this. Look at that. Killed him, didn't even attack. And got the free needle. Just like that. Anyway, so yeah, once we get out of the misty little bit of snow flurry, you're going to see that we're in a very different location, different trees, different... The soil I've got adjusted because I can't... where is it? There we go, vegetation. I put that back on. It's actually a very different, very lush world. But there are certain things that spawn on the ground in some of the biomes that I can't see with that on. We'll leave it on for the stream. But anyway, the downside of being I hate to use the word victim, but a cancer victim, is that I've had no choice but to undergo chemotherapy and radiation. And I did 62 treatments of radiation. There's the parry, and it stuns them, knocks them back, interrupts their attack, and easy kill if you have the right gear and you are prepared for the attack. So this was a goblin village that I wiped out earlier today. And I'm not an OP character, really. I mean, I've got some really good gear, but not the best gear yet. And it really took a lot of work, single pulling or two pulling these goblins to clear this camp. There were probably, I don't know, 20 goblins, 3 goblin shaman, which were tough, and 1 berserker, just the one. And he wasn't a 1-star or 2-star, just a regular old berserker. So it wasn't too bad. So I gotta find a new camp. But the radiation was aimed right here and right here, because you have lymph nodes right there. And that's where the cancer was. And it messed up so much with my throat. And it affected my swallowing ability, my ability to generate saliva, you name it. Anything related to the mouth, it was an issue. Well, I started getting spasms, muscle spasms in my tongue, especially high up towards the back and in my throat, all along my shoulders, and been an issue for a long time. And then I started to develop pneumonia. 3 times I was hospitalized with pneumonia. And I thought I saw him there. And is there another one out there? No, just him. But it turns out that, you know, way back by my voice box here, the nerves were so badly damaged that it could no longer sense whether or not there was food in my throat. And so what was happening is I was eating and drinking, and my tongue was like, yeah, things are chill here. I don't know what the rest of you were thinking, so yeah, I'm not going to try and force anything down the esophagus into the stomach. What else? And yeah, next thing you know, I take a deep breath, or I swallow. I'm expecting one thing, but something else happens, and food or water or whatever goes into my lungs. And so every time I take a drink of something or eat something, I'm running a risk of developing pneumonia. And unfortunately, there were 3 points when my immune system was so low that put me in the hospital. First time, maybe the first one, second time, whatever, but It was opening night for a play. So yeah, I was super stressed. I was very tired, and all of a sudden I felt myself just drooping, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And yeah, I had my brother take me to the ER, and it turned out that I had pneumonia, and no idea why. Well, last year or so I found out why. And there were three different options to solve that issue. The first one is to let it ride, just knowing that I would eventually die of an upper respiratory infection. That was the only way. That was the only way I was going to that was the only outcome. I was only going to die of an upper respiratory infection. The doctor was funny. He's like, yeah, you're not going to die of anything else. Unless some fluke happens, you're going to die of an upper respiratory infection unless you fix this. So, all right, what are my other two options? He says, okay, option number 2, we remove your voice box. I'm a teacher, an actor, to a limited extent, a streamer, right? I can't have my voice box removed and have that little mechanical thing serving as my voice. No, that's just not going to happen. And so I said, okay, well, what's the last option? What's the third option? He said, well, we're going to have to install a feeding tube, and this is why I've been gone. I had a feeding tube. It's called a G tube installed. And, ooh, this is new. Basically, it's a tube that goes right into my stomach so that I don't have to swallow food. Ooh, sneaky little devil. These guys sound so creepy. But yeah, so that was a big eye-opener for me, because now I can't eat food. Or I can, I just shouldn't. And it's an unfortunate state of being, because, I'm a big fan of food. I like to eat food. I don't like to cook it, but I like to eat it. And, ooh, 1 star's up there. Nice. All right, he fell over dead. I thought he jumped out to come get me. Aiming just a little bit low. But I went in to go have the procedure done. Now, full disclosure here, this is not the first time I've had a G-tube. Early on in recovery from the first cancer, the head and neck, I couldn't swallow because my throat was absolutely destroyed by the chemotherapy, or the radiation rather, and it made it incredibly difficult to swallow. Yes, that's a big plus right there. That little totem is really important. You need 5 of them, I believe, to summon the final boss. And I've been in 2 of these towers and have found 2 of these totems. So yeah, I'm pretty chuffed, as the British might say. So I went in yesterday to go get the procedure, not yesterday, Monday to get the procedure done. And Monday of last week. And I was thinking and hoping it was going to be like it was the other time I had the G-tube installed. During that time, I had it installed. It wasn't a big deal. I lost a bunch of weight, and I thought, wow, this is a win-win, right? And unfortunately, I was unaware or I'd forgotten the fact that I was under heavy medications during that first recovery. Heavy medications. So yeah, I had what are called fentanyl patches, and they basically shut down all pain. Um, so yeah, that first G tube was absolutely not a problem. I knew I couldn't swallow, so I used the G tube and actually had a pump to feed me overnight, and it was no big deal. Um, I'm not on any pain medication, at least nothing near as in depth as the fentanyl patches. I love being an archer. I may not be the best at it, but I enjoy it. So yeah, that's why I've been gone for the last 2 weeks or so. I spent 3 days in the hospital, 2 days, 2.5 days in the hospital this last time for the G-tube installation. And in all honesty, I have absolutely felt horrible. Today's kind of almost the day that I was feeling normal. But you know, I got to be honest with you. It's very challenging to not fall into depression. And I know we kind of live in an age where everyone and the brother. Oh, thank you, dude. I appreciate that. You're a blessing as well. You keep heaping the praise on me, and man, I can't thank you enough. I really do appreciate that. Ooh, another village? Yes, indeed. That's what it looks like. All right, that's what I'm looking for right there. So yeah, you know, we live in a time and a place where it's hard for, especially the young people. They're struggling. Their lives are on a different level than ours, and you know, as a father and as a teacher, I come across so many youth that are really just struggling to understand the world that they're inheriting. And no hands, woo, easy kill. Sorry. And yeah, I feel for them. I really, really do feel for them, and their anxiety is real. I also know that they're not the only ones, and we shouldn't let that, you know, the fact that such a high number of our youth are having, you know, issues, emotional issues, you know, we can't let that allow society to keep us from recognizing our own issues, because we do have issues. Speaking of issues, that's the swamp. That's basically the third biome. Fourth biome is the mountains, and the plains that I'm in is the fifth biome. And you've seen how much I've traveled during this stream, okay? I'm going to show you the map. Basically, here's my base, slid down. You didn't really get a chance to see my boat over here, but then we walked all this distance here, okay? I'm going to pan back a little bit so you see what that means in the greater scheme of things. That's what the whole map looks like. So this is not a game that you can pick up and call done after one quick, you know, an hour a day, twice a week, and be like, oh yeah, I mastered it. I uncovered everything. Well, thanks, dude. Yeah, you're right. Things could always be worse. And I'm very fortunate that I made a change. This is a small village. I made a change to my insurance some time ago. Ooh, they've got a shaman. So the cool thing is when these two biomes meet, they tend to go to war against each other. And you see who wins. Let's go ahead and take out this lox. Pretty much everything in game, if you fight while you're running away using your bow, unless something happens, unless you run into something, it's relatively straightforward and easy. So I'm sure that will be something that will be addressed as they progress in the game. Alright, I don't need that. I don't need that. What else can I gather up here? That's it. Alright. So yeah, the lox, that great big old beastie, has some important stuff that will be put to use as well. So if I were to really, I don't know, think things through here, I might actually build a base where that pillar is. That's all rock. And that can be mined, and that's a lot of rock. So I can build a pretty good sized keep right there. And I'd be right there on the edge of 3 biomes. I think it'd be a fantastic place. If I do it up that far away from the swamp there, I shouldn't have too many incursions from the denizens of the swamp. Of course, the fog rolls in. I do have lighting turned up to make it easier for streams, because anything at night is almost impossible to see. But then the fog rolls in, and then anything, it just gets impossible to see. I know that there's a shaman. I think he's up by that fire there. They're tricky mainly because you know, a couple things. They cast a shield, basically doubles the health of their comrades. And also, they shoot a kind of a fireball type thing that does a pretty good amount of damage. If I show you the map again after this fight, you'll see that there by my boat is skull and crossbones. That means, hey, you died here, dummy. Because guess what? I died there. I got off the boat and was immediately set upon by a shaman, and I was not really ready for that. And the shaman ended up just wrecking me. I didn't have my food in. Let's see what that is. Ah, nice. Oof. Those are some nice numbers. The one thing I don't like about it, says sword skill plus 13, blunt skill plus 13. That's great. Those are fantastic bonuses. And then it says throwable. The only problem is you have to get the other magic ability to make it magically return to you once you've thrown it. Otherwise, you throw your sword and you're like, oh crap, now I've got nothing. So yeah, that would not be good. All right. How far in? Oh, look. Through the haze there, you can see, hopefully, Odin. See the ghostly outline there right on the water's edge? Hey, all right, Arab Prince, you are a prince. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the subs. You are truly a prince. And, you know, I'll always believe in you, for sure. Take care, my man, and I'll talk to you next time. All right, so you see that glowing ball in the fog there? That's the shaman getting into, yes, because I have been seen. Oh, hello. Looks like the swamp was after me as well. That was a Draugr. Basically, they're the ones that gave my bow its name, the Draugr Fang. I'm just kind of shooting in the dark here, hoping. There he is. But yeah, the Draugr come from the swamp biome, and yeah, they don't like the furlings and vice versa. And they're pretty good with the bow. Look at all of the Loxes over here. This is going to be a great place to build camp. Lox meat for sure is an in-demand item. But I promised you to show you on the map here. Yeah, there's my boat, the Carve. And then, yeah, I set foot on shore and was almost immediately set upon by one guy like that. Ah! And if you catch him unawares, boom. All right. Got a couple in the watchtower, but they'd never leave the watchtower. Except maybe this guy. I know sometimes they'll hang out at the base of the watchtower. What's that one? So what's going to happen, I'm going to have to make another trip back down here just to get all of the magic loot and figure out what to do with it all. Ah, there is one over there. So even the bow has a stagger, which is nice. Why aren't you coming? Yeah, sometimes the pathing on this game isn't quite polished, so they'll need to work on that one as well. But, it's like they have an instinct. They know exactly that moment when they need to run. Or at least move. Ooh, this one's got spears. Alright. Yeah, the spear guys are the tougher of the general furlings. They do a lot of damage from afar. Okay, let's check the chest. Some more barley, that's good. We'll take that. Valhalla Crown, health regen. Quick learner, fire damage reduction, carry weight. Alright, good. More stuff for me to come down and collect. Oh, there's still someone up there. And it's another spear guy. Ooh, a 1-star spear guy. Have to be careful because I have knocked them all the way down before. If I damage the structure around them. And it's dark. Yeah! Alright. I think that's all of them. Let's see if there's another chest over here. Wow. Yeah, this really was a small camp. But lots of stuff for me to come back and loot once I've made some room. It's funny how there are some mods that will allow you to have more space. And for whatever reason, I'm like, no. That would be like cheating. The game only gave you so many slots so that you can work on inventory management. And then I look at, the mods or the developers see all these magic items and like, what the hell are you doing? This is not. Yeah. It's definitely a different kind of, I don't want to call it cheating, but taking advantage. Oh, be careful. The locks are aggressive. So we get too close and they'll be like, hey, pal. If you want to tango, we tango. All right. Ooh, there's a blob who came over from the... So the cool thing is the blob's poison, and that would just add to the damage against the locks. Yeah, relatively easy kill. All right, so I'm gonna head up that mountain, deposit my ill-gotten goods. That's just an imposing looking climb, right? Yeah, we're definitely have to eat some more food. Get our stamina up. Maybe have a little drink as well. So, if you heard my story and are wondering why I'm drinking anything at all, oh, that's because I'm wet. All right, that's okay. I've got enough help. Seems kind of hypocritical, I understand. There are certain things you've got to do for your own mental health. For Father's Day, I ate. Not going to lie. I ate real food. Not real food, because, for Father's Day I got pretty, unhealthy stuff, but it was yummy and I liked it. And then the next day I went right back to my feeding tube. This is the only thing to have passed my lips all day. Everything else has gone through the feeding tube. And there will come a time when I'm not able to do that. But that time is not now. And that's how I feel I need to approach this. And it's going to, I know, change eventually. Probably not too long from now. There you are. Boom. So yeah, you thought this was my castle. No. Ooh. I have not seen a spawner up here. Is that for skeletons or wolves? It's gotta be for, yeah, skeletons. Huh. I wonder if this is a normal spawning point for wolves as well. Interesting. It's a never-ending battle there. I'm gonna let them fight it out. Is the egg still there? Yeah. Oh, I don't have room. So I'll have to come back for it. The eggs are actually kind of cool because they create some ambiance. They put off, I guess, kind of a purplish light. So that's cool. I haven't done it yet myself. And unfortunately, a lot of the color-based things that you can do are lost on me because I'm colorblind. And I'm also fashion stupid, so what I think is going to look fantastic in my castle is actually going to be kind of like, really? So yeah, I got to watch some more videos, get some more inspiration. I like to build. I like to build a lot. In fact, I spend probably 10 times more amount of time building than, questing or hunting. I'll go out and find a big piece of rock, get as much usable stone out of it as I can. Look at that, I'm still all that way to go. But I enjoy that. And I know a lot of people play Minecraft for the exact same reason. Some of them are like, yeah, I'm going to defeat the Ender Dragon. Cool. Others are like, the Ender what? I just, I want to build. That's what I enjoy. Hey, look at that. Something I built. It's right there. And I can't get to it because I'm out of stamina. So yeah, this is definitely a work in progress. That's going to be my portcullis, I guess. The update that they just did has made it so that, mobs will go after your buildings if they can't have access to you. And sometimes, even if they have access to you, they're like, nah, it's easier to attack the building right now, and that's what they'll do. And so I need to find ways of defending. So I've put up these little brick things because the wolves, I didn't think they'd be able to get up here, but they get up here and they'll chew on stuff. And, maybe it won't damage it enough to take it down right away, but it doesn't take much, ultimately. Okay. I know that we're going to go do some building, and I think that's going to be another video. I'm going to head back down to the plains and do some construction and show off my new gear, because at that point I'll have an artisan table. I will also be able to mill my barley into flour and turn my flax into linen. That way I can make some linen armor, which sounds kind of counterintuitive, or padded armor rather, not linen, padded armor. Doesn't sound like it's going to be the toughest armor, but at this point in the game, it is the toughest armor. So I'm looking forward to working with that. Yeah. That will do it for my stream tonight. Short and sweet. But this is me getting back into it and getting the swing of things. And if all goes well, I'll be back on again tomorrow night. I would like to be a little bit more regular. And going back-to-back nights would be a great way of going about that and making that happen. And I'm also looking for suggestions. I have, sorry. I gotta take the night off. 3 times combo. Yeah. But I'll be back tomorrow night. That's my plan. And hopefully we'll be able to get some progress on either this base or my new base. Thank you, Prince. Thank you. I can't say it enough. You're the man. And for those of you who are here but haven't said anything, that's fine. That's great. Welcome. I hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. I hope you enjoyed the video when it comes out on YouTube. And if you haven't done so already, throw a follow, throw a like, throw a subscription. Anything that you throw my way, I will greatly appreciate that. I really do. So thank you so much all. And Arab Prince, again, you are truly a prince. Good night and have